What's up, Digidestins? This is Kyle D, better known as RideMyAvatar, and today we have another good video for you guys. We're going to be talking about the Japanese meta, taking a look at it, what decks to talk about, and without further ado, let's get into the video, shall we? So taking a look right now, we have Purple Lordknightmon at 21, Blue Armors at 14, Blue Flare at 13, Miragegaogamon at 11, Blue Green Imperialmon at 10, Cendrillmon at 10, Purple Hybrid at 8, Sun and Moon at 8, Beelzemon at 6, Royal Base at 6, Dukemon at 6, Red Hybrid at 5, Dynasmon at 5, Crossheart at 4, Millenniumon at 4, 7 Great Demon Lords at 4, Dorgoramon at 4, Nightmon at 3, Lucemon at 3, Plants and Fairies at 3, Sakuyamon at 3, Shine Greymon at 3, Cendrillmon at 3, Red Blue Omnimon, Kazuamon, basically the blue yellow version of Sakuya. They're kind of both literally the same. I would have just put them in the same. D-Ripper at 2, Red Black Greymon, Diaboromon, Lugamon, Ancient Guru, Levia, Yellow Armor Body, Pulsemon, Lilith, and a bunch of other kind of good one-ofs like Zephyga, Fenriluga, Fanglongmon, Mugen, and a lot of good other little guys to deal with. I'm going to take a look at some of the decks, and one that's very sparking interest right now, it seems that Levia is starting to pick up pace even in Japan. Yes, the Beast Engine is very powerful, and the fact that Levia kind of just answers everything in the format is kind of scary for a lot of players to deal with. If you guys don't know how Levia works, it's kind of interesting in itself, right? They use a lot of the protoforms just to digivolve up into through their X line for a reduced cost of 1 or anything like that, and it's very useful at the end of the day. I think it has a lot of potential even going into the future where Levia just easy answers anything. I mean, yes, there are a lot of faster decks that just don't care what Levia does, but if you play a Digimon by an effect and you had Biting Crush on board, that's always sets players back because again, you're now having to deal with Levia just coming in to eat your stuff. But you have also like Lordknightmon X, Anubismon. That's kind of interesting here. So taking a look though, let's get Beastemon because Beastemon is very interesting beast. Yeah. Beastemon. Let's get to the purple one, please. Please. Where are you? Please show up. There we go, this one. So this one's interesting. It has Scapegoat, so when this Digimon would be deleted other than by one of your effects, by deleting one of your other Digimon, prevent it from being from that deletion. Scapegoat's a very interesting way to keep your bodies on board, and I think that's a very unique way because you don't mind things going to the trash to be reused. And then when Digivolving, you may play one level 3 purple Digimon from your trash without paying its cost. So this allows your bodies to get on the board, and Beastemon allows that, which is kind of cool. And when an opponent's Digimon is deleted, you may play a level 4 or lower Digimon card from your trash without paying its cost. And then taking a look though, you have Leviamon X Antibody. So when effect deletes an opponent's Digimon or Tamer, one of your Leviamon with X Antibodies Digievolutions may digivolve into this without paying its cost. So security +1, it's security +2, so it hits for 3 like a freight train. And then when digivolving, if your opponent has as many or more total Digimon or Tamer as used, delete one of their Tamers, then delete one of your opponent's level 3, level 5, and level 7s. So it hits a good chunk, and then lightning hits the rest. And then Leviamon's just going to pop stuff, but they are introducing Lordknightmon X as a 2-of. Being able to, when digivolving, digivolve one of your opponent's Digimon for each of your Digimon, then one of your opponent's Digimon can't digivolve until the end of turn is a very powerful skill, especially because it answers a lot of threats, and because it has collision and piercing, it's going to remove that threat very easily. And then all turns with Lordknightmon or X-Animon as Digi-Evolutions, all your Digimon with Knightmon and text gains Alliance and plus 3000 DP. So this thing's hitting for 15 regardless, and it has Alliance. It's a very powerful threat in every sense of the word. So Lordknightmon X Antibody is a very scary threat to deal with. But taking a look though, really stock power. Then we have Cendrillmon. The reason why I'm bringing this up was 10-13 Cendrillmon got a bye, which is fine, but Blue Flare 2-0'd it, Blue Flare 2-0, and Lordknightmon Anubis 2-0'd, and Lordknightmon X Anubis did it in 3. This was a best of 3 with Cendrillmon into Lordknightmon and Blue Flare, which are classified the best decks in the format. So taking a look right now, I can tell you kind of where it's gotten its strength and stride from, and that really came in clutch is probably its aces, especially because you play so many Arizas that, you know, Shine Greymon Ruin Mode, well, Shine Greymon Burst Mode, Ace will help you with your Ariza, keeping the board in check. Then you have like Shadow Seraphe, Cherubimon, and Valkyriemon Ace being very powerful removal tools. So against Blue Flare, a Valkyrie Ace well-timed turn can lead to your opponent losing out on their Blue Flare push, and now they can't combo wombo. And then like Cherubimon Ace being able to do Alliance pressure is very powerful as well. So I definitely see where the deck is going with, and Cendrillmon is being a very useful cog. And I really do like that it's only 2 shoe promos, 1 Shoo and 1 Ariza promo. That's kind of very budget friendly, especially if you can get the Shoo and Ariza. But this is a very interesting list to me, and I think this might be very powerful. Sorry, 7 level 4s. I can't even find them running 10. Yeah, at some point I brick round 1, but managed to draw into using Training Shumon, Chessmon, Vortex, Resonance effects, and then kind of gamble as well. It's kind of interesting. I like when decks kind of have weird ratios, and being at 7 champions is very interesting, and it's kind of cool to see where people make these comments. And being able to beat Lordknightmon is very interesting. Did he do anything? Did he reply? That's a big question here. I want to see if there was any replies here. Vortex Resonant Carter did the high roll. Looks like kind of interesting here, but yeah, 2 Vortex Resonance seems very interesting. What do you guys think? But taking a look here though, like I said, you got Shoo that's going to help neg an attack. Then you have Ariza being Ariza. But what's really interesting is because of the way the puppets work, at least if they force collision on you, your puppets will at least tokens will take the blocks, and then Cendrillmon just will stay fine because you produce enough bodies that even though those negs will happen, it's quite useful. So you have like Cherubimon Ace, and like I said, Valkyriemon Ace, and Shadow Seraphimon Ace being very powerful aces, and then you have Burst Mode Ace here, because you may play 1 Tamer from your hand without paying its cost, then one of your opponent's Digimon gets minus 5000 DP for each of your Tamers. And that can take into account that you play a lot of, you know, let's type in Shoe. So taking into account, this is your Searcher Shoe. This one's when this Digimon would digivolve into a Digimon with puppet in traits, reduce the Digi-Evolution cost. It's not the one you're looking for. I think you play this one down, and then you play your other target that you're going to be wanting to play is the one from the starter deck, and I think that was the pawn. Which pawn is it? The black pawn. So this one is on deletion by trashing 1 card with puppet in traits in your hand, draw 2. So yeah, it's a blocker as well. So surprise blockers to some players are very scary, but yeah, you have ways of playing stuff with puppet really interestingly, and you just have some decent value coming through with Burst Mode Ace as well, because he becomes a very scary threat. Then we have Blue Flare. Blue Flare just doing Blue Flare shenanigans. As you know, they kind of got some new support with Beelzemon here being placed 1 Blue Flare trait card from your hand under your Tamer to draw a card on play. Greymon that has Rush and on deletion, you have 1 or less Tamers. You may play 1 Kiriha from your hand without paying its cost, then save and reboot. And then you have the new Metal Greymon that's when attacking to digivolve one of your opponents. This may digivolve into a Digimon with blue flare traits from under your tamers without paying its cost. So he allows you to multi-attack, and he has rush. It's not a bad trade-off. And then end attack, you may play a level 4 or lower Digimon blue flare traits from under any of your tamers without paying its cost. Which your goal is to just set up Greymon to get in 1, 2, 3, maybe 4 attacks in one turn, and then the Kiriha is just really just a good solid 3-cost tamer. And then we do have Leviamon doing Zhivaga shenanigans. I mean, it's kind of just a very stock list. There's nothing out of the ordinary that you're seeing here. Just 3 Zhivaga. I would have went more on the Leviamon itself from the starter deck. I think it's more valued than its super rare counterpart from EX7, but that's just me. I mean, yes, it has security attack 1 and Vortex by suspending 1 Digimon. If this effect suspends your Digimon, return one of your opponent's suspended Digimon to the bottom of the deck. I mean, it has no protection, and in this format, you want to have some protection, and Leviamon starter deck definitely has that protection. Suspend 1 Digimon, then unsuspend 1 Digimon. All turns when an effect unsuspends for the turn, this Digimon isn't affected by the effects of your opponent's Digimon and gets plus 3,000 DP. This thing scales, and that's very important in some circumstances because you want to just be unaffected by your opponent's effect. The protection skill weighs out more than aggression in my opinion, but that's just me. And then you have like Grand Gale. When the Digimon attacks an opponent's Digimon, this Digimon may unsuspend. So it's not a bad trade-off. You get some multiple attacks in. If you get piercing underneath, you're really solid. And Miragegaogamon Ace is just in here to lock down as well. And then we have Beelzemon doing Beelzemon shenanigans. Beelzemon really on 12 players getting second. Only loss was to the mirror. So yeah, not bad. I mean, taking a look at the new support itself, it's got this new Beelzemon that gives blocker, that feels the trash, and when effect trashes from your deck, delete one of your opponent's level 5 or lowers, which answers any ace threat 5s that you're just going to be dealing with if they don't have protection skills. Bond of True Love, if you don't have a Digimon delay, you may play 1 Inmon from your trash without paying cost at the start of turn. Main trash 2 cards from your deck, then place this in the battle area. So Bonds of True Love will actually help out. We will have the scrambles when time comes, but Bonds of True Love is just another scramble. And then you have like Blast Mode Ace, that's really powerful. Delete one of your opponent's level 6 or lower. If you have 10 or more cards in trash, delete one of their Digimon instead. When attacking, by trashing 10 non-egg cards from your trash to the top of the deck, trash your opponent's top security stack. So by cycling back your pieces, which this deck's biggest fear was always milling out, Blast Mode Ace solves that issue and gets extra damage in. It's kind of crazy. The new I Am Mako, you know, this one gains a memory, but if you have 20 or more cards in trash, suspend this tamer. One of your Immons may digivolve into Beelzemon from hand or trash for the cost of 4, ignoring Digievolution requirements. With this one being able to do that combination with its mem setter, you're now in a good spot. You'll always get this effect off, and you'll be able to warp Digivolve into your Beelzemon. And then you have this one, like, if you have 1 or fewer tamers for its on play, you may play 1 purple tamer card with a play cost 4 or less from trash without paying its cost. So if your opponent's deleting your tamers, this Itmon will cycle them back, which you kind of want to have as well. But all in all, though, this is Japanese Tuesday. Hopefully you guys enjoyed the meta analysis here. So guys, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, stay safe, stay healthy, and I'll catch you next one. Peace.